Volume number 12, volume number 13, transcription number 280 at the rate 90 to 100 word per minute. Get ready, start. Sir, the position regarding extradition of fugitive criminals from this country was covered originally by three statutes, two of them of British Parliament, the Extradition Act of England and the Fugitive Offenders Act of England, and the third, the Extradition Act of India, which has regulated the procedure governing extradition from this country. Both the Extradition Act and the Fugitive Offenders Act passed by the British Parliament became inapplicable after our independence because the first act applied to such territories as were notified as foreign territories by an order in council of the British Crown, and the second related to the British possessions and colonies. The Supreme Court held that the Fugitive Offenders Act did not any longer apply to this country. It was therefore felt absolutely necessary that a new law should be passed regulating the question of extradition of fugitive criminals from this country, and the matter was referred to the Law Commission. The government received a report from the Law Commission on the basis of which the present bill has been framed. The scheme follows mainly one pattern in substance, though in regard to the question of procedure for countries which are not Commonwealth countries and Commonwealth countries which are notified as such, and as offering an arrangement for extradition of criminals with the government of India. The procedure is a little different, though. Again, in substance, it is the same. The whole question boiled down to certain fundamental principles which we have followed. First of all, we have defined in the second schedule extradition and offences. That means that no treaty between the government of India and any foreign country or any Commonwealth country can include any offence which is not within the second schedule, but it can enter into a treaty with regard to some of these offences, either all of some of them. With regard to Commonwealth countries, if the government of India come into an arrangement with any Commonwealth country and such an arrangement is notified and Chapter 3 is notified as being applicable to that country, then the procedure prescribed in Chapter 3 will apply to such a Commonwealth country. That means there is no automatic application of this act with regard to any foreign country or with regard to any Commonwealth country. Full stop. There must be a prior notification applying in either case, Chapter 3 or other chapters in any case. The second principle that we have followed is that there must be a proper safeguard in the matter of extradition criminals from this country who are sought to be extradited by their parent states on charges of criminal offenses. The precautions had become necessary because it is now a certain principle of international law that no civilized country will agree to extradite the persons who are charged in their parent states with political offenses. Our present bill makes it quite clear that there shall be no extradition on the ground that the person sought to be extradited has been accused of a political offense. In order to get out of this prohibition, many states adopt or have adopted in the past a device of seeking extradition apparently on charges other than political. But really, once the man is taken to his parent state, he is made liable for other offenses of a political nature. So we have taken the precaution of seeking that there is an inquiry for this purpose first by the central government, then by a proper judicial authority, a magistrate exercising his powers either as a high court or as a session court, and secondly, even after the magistrates order, the central government again deciding finally whether to extradite the person who concerned or not, and also prohibiting extradition in certain circumstances, such as for political offenses or for the trial or a person for offenses which are not mentioned in the requisition for extraction. The magistrate must be satisfied that in the country which seeks that extradition there is law which prohibits the trial of the person extradited for any offence other than an offence for which extradition has been sought. So, it is now in consonance with the accepted principles of international law that is only for non-criminality that a person may be extradited, but if he is not a criminal, but he is simply being sought to be taken to his parent state to be tried for political offences, he shall not be extradited by this country or any country. This is the scheme of the Act. With regard to the foreign states, the procedure adopted is that there must be a notification declaring that the Act applies with regard to a particular state, and the notification must also publish the extradition treaty showing what are the offences mentioned in the second schedule which are comprehended by the treaty itself. And once that country is notified as such a foreign country having such a treaty, then if any fugitive criminal from that country is here, that country may seek extradition by moving through diplomatic representatives. Stop.